Murder, She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder, She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Murder, She Watched. Let's talk about Maternal Instinct. I can't.
Let's do it. Oh my God. It's happening.
Listen. I was on vacation when this dropped and I was going nuts. I had such FOMO. I needed to. I almost cut my vacation short.
I know. You're like, Timmy, come on. We got to go. But you had to see the whale first. You can't cut the vacation short before the whale.
I did. Guys, I went to Maine. I saw a whale. I mean, I saw a whale.
That's so amazing.
I saw mama
I'm so
and a
happy
calf
for you.
reaching. I saw them swimming along the boat. It was the most amazing experience of my life, aside from having my children.
Well, of course.
You know, that ebbs and flows, that joy.
Was it an out of body? Well, yeah.
Yeah, it really was. I bet I went on that boat. I was ready. I had my pointy elbows ready. I was going to knock kids out of the way, whatever I had to do.
He was like, this is my time.
but the boat was actually like not overcrowded. It was the best experience. It was a great relaxing vacation. Timmy and I have decided, I'm sure you and Mitchell are similar, 4 days away from home's enough for us.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. Anything longer than that, I really am ready to go. I'm ready to get back home. I miss my dogs.
Yep. I really miss my dogs.
Did I miss? Gotta see the dogs.
Guys, I'm going through it right now with 19-year-olds. Okay, so I'm allowed not to miss them sometimes. I love them dearly, but it's tough.
My mom always says the teenage years, I was hard to love. So I understand.
We're in the white knuckle phase of parenting over here, where you just got to white knuckle through and hope everything comes out okay.
Oh, you're doing it.
All right, guys. So I need to talk about this because
me too.
My God, I couldn't wait to talk to you. And it was funny because we kept sending these text messages back and forth to each other, but I didn't want to talk too much about it.
It's like a strategy, right? Because it's like, look at this, but we can send things, but we can't discuss it. It's a whole thing.
I didn't even introduce you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm Amye Archer. I'm your host. I'm here with Kyla.
Hi,
I'm just wound up today. I'm wound up. I hate Taylor Parker so much.
I do too. I woke up so excited to talk about this today because I've been incessantly talking about it to anyone that will listen to me. And it's never as satisfying as talking to you about it because we get to just really tear it apart. Yes.
I cannot get Reagan's parents out of my head.
I can't.
I want to write to them. I want to sit in a room with them and hug them. I want to make their world okay for them. I don't know these are all the feelings.
I know. I was kind of poking around on Facebook last night and I did find a lot of their Facebook pages. And I was like, it would be so creepy to send a message. I'm not going to do it. But I wanted to be like, my heart goes out to you.
I just feel like we all need to send them cards or something. Or
honestly,
I don't know.
I know. And I know we'll talk about it later, but the phone call, the 911 phone call of Reagan's mother.
I had a ding, ding, ding past that. It was too much.
I wept. It was
too much. Because you know me, I'll get into crying and it won't stop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was gut wrenching. Yeah. It was terrible.
So we're going to cover this a little differently. I am going to talk about what happens at the end, at the beginning. Because I want us to go through this similar to how I did Unknown Number, the high school catfish. I want us to go through this and pay attention to exactly what was missed here.
Yes, I love
So
this.
I don't want there to be an element of surprise at the end. Okay.
Because we all already know, right?
Right. So if you didn't watch this and you wanted us to walk you through it, you might want to watch it first and come back.
Yes.
I'll just say that.
Different approach.
So this is the story of the murder of Reagan Michelle Simmons-Hancock and her unborn baby, a girl named Braxlyn Sage Hancock.
Yes.
I love the name Sage.
I do too. I love that name.
And I'm telling you guys this up front because what makes this documentary so infuriating / interesting, I'm going like this because I'm going to sneeze, is that there were so many signs that were missed or ignored.
Yes. And the hindsight, obviously being 2020, but even being in the moment, it's like, come on, everybody. It's crazy. It's this fascinating web. And it's just almost, I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but it's like everything that needed to happen at the exact time just kind of did. And people just, I feel like we get into a lot of people not wanting to be rude, honestly. I think that's a huge piece of this.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a Southern Texas kind of mentality. Yeah, I get that. I totally
That's a
get
Midwestern thing too. And there's a lot of that.
Not us in the Northeast. We just tell you how it is.
I appreciate that.
A lot
I
of us
respect
do,
it.
I'm a people pleaser, so I can't, but a lot of people do.
I hear.
So one thing too that I wanted to touch on is let's talk about Wade and get this out of the way. Our feelings about Wade. Okay. I'm going to come a little hard for him at times, but I'm also going to give him some empathy at times.
Agreed. I agree.
Wade is, and I say this with love, Wade is just a good old country boy.
Yes. Amye, I know so many men like this. I grew up with these boys. And I was thinking about this while watching it. If you have never been around men like this, he almost could seem fictional in a way, correct?
Yeah. But I know men like this.
Yes. And they're happy with the simple things. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way by any
We're not
means.
saying he's simple.
Exactly.
In his intelligence.
It's a simple life.
He's simple and content in his life.
Yes. And he's not looking for trouble.
And I kept asking myself, like, well, why would he suspect that? Like, this is probably so bizarre and out of his realm.
Yes.
But I will come for him once his family starts being like, dude.
And everyone in his life
is
like, what are you doing? That's when it's like, for the love of God, Wade.
Like,
but I agree.
I'm a notorious bad picker. I got lucky with my husband. Yeah. But before then, I went through a lot of duds and I miss a lot of red flags. So like, I understand there's a lot of hypocrisy in me saying like, Wade, you need to be smarter and pay attention to things. Cause I miss a lot of things too.
Right. However, it's not often that you have a lot of people in your life telling you that.
Correct.
You know, I mean, and we're all guilty of having a friend or a family member who has a significant other that we know is not good, but it's really hard to tell someone that because it's not usually received well. Yeah. And we see that here.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's a tough situation to navigate. And like you said, it's so bizarre.
It's just
you would not think.
Right. It's so out of the realm of possibility. Right.
Yeah.
Like I talk about this a lot, and I'm sorry if it sounds repetitive, but I spent a year and a half of my life working with school shooting survivors on a book called If I Don't Make It, I Love You. All the proceeds go to gun violence groups. So if you want to support that, it's on Amazon. Yeah. But you know, when you work on those earlier cases, you could see the signs building that a shooter was going to do something, right?
Yes.
But we didn't, the knowledge and the narrative was not there culturally yet to understand what was happening. Like this kid is in his room playing video games 24/7, not communicating with everyone, stockpiling weapons. Like now we see that as, okay, I might have to intervene here. Something's going on.
These are red flags. Yes. So very good point.
Like this whole like stealing a woman's child and having this fake life on social media.
Oh, in multiple ways.
It's not common, right? So like, you can kind of see why the whole family would be like, why would she can't be lying, right?
Like, right. Because you just don't like you see red flags. And who amongst us has not known a pathological liar?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I have a couple people in mind. Yeah. I have a friend.
I dated a few.
I had a friend in college, and I'll keep this vague. He was very similar to this, where he would tell these off the wall stories, and some of them were really intense. He lied about his dad having cancer. And it blew up in his face, and it was this huge thing when he was confronted. It was a whole big thing, but it was someone who you always suspected they were not telling the truth. But I remember when that happened, it was like, oh my God, you know, that's
another thing, Kyla, you bring up a good point. Like, I went to school with people who said, "Oh yeah, I sat on the airplane next to the drummer from Van Halen." We all had that kind of thing going.
Yeah.
But you couldn't check. Nowadays, everything is out there. This could all be cross-referenced. Like, did she really think she was going to get away with this?
I know, right? Like, I thought that so many times. I'm like, so much of this could easily be referenced and verified so easily without much effort.
And so that's why I think I'm coming for the whole like red flags that you missed.
Totally. Yes. I love this. This is a fun approach because it's like, I like actively discussing it as we're going through it because there's just so much.
Now, did you have familiarity with this case? Were you?
Yes.
Because I remember seeing the TikTok of her in the hospital.
Same. I remember, I'm sure, and I know I've mentioned this channel before. Anyone who watches body cam footage is familiar with the channel Explore With Us. And I saw this video on there and I watched her whole interrogation, police interview, everything from when she's first approached on the highway. And I remember it sticking in my mind. And then when I saw the trailer and I sent it to you, I was like, oh my God, I know about this case. I remember watching this video and it was crazy.
I didn't realize it was the same case.
Yeah.
So when I saw that opening scene, I was like, oh, I saw this before.
Yeah.
I know this person.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people saying that because, I mean, we're a community here. We all love this footage.
So if you guys don't know, Taylor Parker faked a pregnancy. Then she befriended Reagan Simmons-Hancock, went over, murdered her, stole her baby. The baby passed away as well.
Yeah.
And is in jail. So that's the story of what happened. Now let's go through exactly how this occurred.
Perfect.
So we open with body cam footage of Taylor Parker being pulled over, calling for help on the side of the road in DeKalb, Texas. It is October 9th. It is John Lennon's birthday. And you're pulling this on such a sacred day?
It is. And it's the day before my son and Becca's birthday. How dare you?
She claims, I just gave birth. Like, she's like, really hysterical.
Yep. She's working it.
One thing that I found really interesting, and I wanted your take on this, is you are a cop. You pull this woman over, right?
Yeah.
You don't know her from Adam.
Correct.
She is crying. She's clearly in distress.
Yeah.
She's holding a baby who clearly is not breathing.
Yes.
On her lap. And this cop's just like, well, ma'am, I guess we're just going to have to wait for the ambulance. I'm like, why are we not in more of an urgency here? And that made me wonder. That made me wonder, did they know what was going on here? Like, what is the timing of this?
They must. Okay, I would hope that he did. But even then, there was zero sense of urgency about the baby.
Yeah, she's given the baby CPR.
And when she asked for help, he's like, I
thought it was weird.
Yeah.
He's like, there's nothing I could do here. I'm like,
okay. Yes, he should be trained in all of this as a first responder. And when that nurse gets there, he's like, oh, whew, okay, you got this, right? Like, he's so hands off. It's very odd. And I've seen all over social media, a lot of people have this feeling.
Oh, they're really?
Like, yes. Okay. This is a common feeling. People are like, what the hell, man? You didn't seem that urgent.
So she claims that she was on her way to Audubell Hospital.
Audubell.
To have this baby. And when she gets there, it's very clear that when she gets there, the cops are kind of clued into what's going on here.
Yeah. You can sense, even amongst the staff in the emergency room, everybody's like,
And this is why I'm wondering about the timing of it, because I'm wondering if Reagan was already discovered at this point.
Yes.
So they were kind of looking for somebody with a baby.
Correct, because in the research and listening to every other, I don't want to say, I feel bad saying research because it was a lot of listening to the other research that people have done. Yeah, that's true.
It's not primary research; it's secondary sources.
Secondary research. Thank you, and good time to shout out. We need to shout out Annie Elise because I know everybody has been watching her videos and she knocks it out of the park. It's phenomenal. I also found a podcast called Everything's Scary, and they did a really good deep dive on this a few years ago. And then True Crime with Ellie Mack. I listened to her coverage. So I wanted to shout all those out.
Okay.
Because all this information comes from them.
Okay.
But anyway, So they were the timeline of that morning when authorities started getting alerted. They could have already known because at 8:30 is when she started sending the text from Reagan's phone to Homer, which we'll get to this. This is kind of cutting ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
But by 10:15 is like around the time her mom gets there. So 10:15 in the morning, they know something's up.
Okay.
So all right. I bet they might already know.
Yeah, because if you're a cop on the scene and you come across Reagan and you know Braxton is missing,
yes,
you're putting out an APB immediately for a baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have done an HCG test, an ultrasound. Does not appear she was ever pregnant. And the nurses are all like, now you've worked in medical settings. The nurses are all kind of like, oh my God, something wild is going on.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I work in a clinic and everybody's just like, something goes down and it spreads like wildfire. And you got to find a little excitement in your day.
The cops keep saying to her, like, is there anything you want to tell us? Did you really give birth? And she's like, yeah, I did. What are you talking about? Why are you doing this? Like, she is just playing it on.
Clutching her pearls like, how dare you question me? Yeah.
She's so committed to the bit here that this poor doctor has to come in and like give her an internal exam.
I know.
And he's like, no, a baby did not come out of this body.
Yeah. Well, and and she refused the vaginal exam for quite a while. On the body cam footage, they show they are really putting the heat on her for this because she's refusing it. And they're like, you don't get to, or if you really had the baby, let's put it all to bed right now. Right. Like, let's just nip it in the bud.
I just don't know what she thought the plan was here. It's very Candy Montgomery coded, right? Like,
thank you for saying that. I thought that so many times in this.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan was.
Seriously, what was the plan? What did you think was going to happen? It makes me crazy, Amy.
I don't think she was thinking logically at all. Okay, so let's go back in time. Yeah. We're in New Boston, Texas, a town of about 4,500 people. You and I both live in small towns. We get this.
Yep.
And it's right on the Arkansas and Oklahoma border, the northeast corner of the state. Small town. Everybody trusts everybody. Everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
And that made me wonder how much of that played into this.
I think a lot.
I think so
a lot. You know how that goes. And then when we add that layer of the not wanting to ruffle feathers, let's stay polite, let's not upset anybody. It matters. It's a piece of the soup, if you will. I love that analogy ever since you gave it to me.
There we go. I've done one thing right in my life, Kyla. Thank you.
Really made an impression in my life, Amy. The soup.
In August of 2019, Wade Griffin meets Taylor Parker. They met at a rodeo, and he did say she lit up a room, which
I know.
That's a pink flag, at least.
I know, Wade.
And he goes, well, she was pretty. I thought it'd be okay to just have dinner with her.
Thought, why not?
Okay. She tells coworkers, like, I'm real into this country boy. And she kind of embraced country life. And we see them like out on the side by side. She's playing with the hogs. She's riding horses.
Helping trap hogs. She's into it. She wanted Wade from the jump. She had her eyes on him.
She is cool girl in it, as we like to say.
Yeah.
And we've been there, girl.
Oh, I know.
That's the one thing I have in common with Taylor Parker is I have cool girled it to get a man.
You know, we've all done it.
And that means riding a quad or taking a hike through a wooded area.
Do you know how many movies I faked interest in for things like that? Yeah.
Connie is Wade's mother. Connie looks a lot like Bonnie Raitt. I'm just going to say it right now.
Oh, yeah, she does. Yes. I love Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, Taylor was cute. I get the attraction.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Charming and bubbly. Everybody's first impression of Taylor is always great. She puts on a beautiful first impression.
Agree. So a few side characters in this documentary are Roger and Angela Pate, I think, Pate.
I'm obsessed with all these side characters. I could have an episode about all of these people.
The true hero, though, in my opinion, is this Cody Ott character, who's
Cody and Stephanie.
Cody and Stephanie. Cody, in my opinion, is the voice of the people.
Love him.
Yeah. Stephanie is the couch detective. She figures this shit out immediately.
I would love to sit down and have a cup of coffee with Stephanie and just shoot the shit. She just would be fun.
So now the lies start with, I come from a lot of money. Okay.
Always with this. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She claimed to have a grandmother and grandfather who had a ton of money from oil. And Cody's kind of like, gosh, Wade, she's cute.
Yep.
She likes to help out around the house, and she's rich. I
And she
think you've
makes a
hit the
good
jackpot.
supper.
Mhm.
She makes a good supper, Amye.
She claimed that her mother was a big problem. Again, nothing to really raise an alarm here. I mean,
Right.
I think the realtors really nailed this when they say if you're around a lot of farmers and country folk, they can be
Yes.
millionaires and still wear ripped blue jeans
Yes.
and flannel shirts. Like, it's
Yes.
very common.
Totally. You would never suspect some of these farmers are like, they have so much money. Yeah.
No. So she says her mother's a big problem. They hate one another. This mom is real intent on keeping her from getting this money.
She's like a saboteur.
Wade was from a blue collar family, very blue collar.
Yeah.
And Roger, the older gentleman, Pate, says, from my experience, it's hard to have a relationship when people are from that different stations in life.
He was speaking that was interesting. And he's, in some ways, I don't agree. I think you can make things work, but I do understand where he's coming from with that.
I agree. She very quickly moves in with Wade, and Connie, Wade's mom's like, okay, all right, still,
pretty quick.
So in my opinion, red flag number 1 is around her children, because Wade says she has 2 children. The daughter was with us a little bit during the week. The boy we hardly saw. That's a red flag for me. Where are the children? Where is the boy staying? Why doesn't she at least have 50-50 custody? I could see if she didn't have full custody, but why not even joint?
Yes. And it would be reasonable to ask some more questions about that before you're moving someone in with you. Like, hey, what's going on with your custody situation?
Yeah.
And why don't we see your children very often?
Yep.
But again, we see Wade being like, but I didn't want to like ask any questions. It's crazy.
And she kept using this, my mother's out to get me. Like, so I imagine even if he did ask, she would probably say, well, my mother did XYZ to make me lose custody. Yeah, she has this imaginary villain.
Her mom did it. Totally. And it's so convenient because, it's my mom. And you could really find a way to pin that on anything, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Wade says she was a good housekeeper, helped him on the property, pulled her weight, says Wade.
She's good stock.
Taylor told everyone she was going to inherit $8 million as soon as her grandparents died. So let's start spending all of this money now. Now, Annie Elise said Wade was putting this all on credit cards and taking out loans. They don't go into that in the documentary.
Yes. And I know you and I are very similar when it comes to finances.
Yeah,
Were you just getting sweaty? Yes. I was like, oh my God, your debt to income ratios.
Never spend money that you don't have
Oh
yet.
my God. Yeah. Don't start financing everything.
So they buy a $60,000 tractor, an $80,000 truck, a side-by-side. They even buy Connie a new car.
The Nissan.
And friends say Wade really loved the idea of this money. Taylor wanted to buy Wade a piece of property, and he already had one picked out in Harris, Oklahoma. It was called Pecan Point. And it was $4 million, and she was going to pay cash. And in Christmas 2019, they roll this out to the family. She's also somebody who loves to make an announcement.
Yes. Yes. You can see her just vibrating with energy when she is holding court in this room, talking about all of this, and she's beaming ear to ear. She loves it.
There is a deficit in this woman that will never be filled. Nothing is ever enough for her. Never enough attention, never enough accolades, never enough.
But she needs constant validation, constant reassurance. And did you pay attention? I watched this a few times, and I was watching all the relatives in the background, like all the guys sitting on the couch while she's talking, and they're all just kind of like, all right. Like,
well, was it on Annie Elise's video where they talk about when she did this, she handed out like cards that had little pecans on them or something?
She stuck pecans to the cards. Yeah, she had they had these custom cards made. And I don't remember which podcast said they had pictures of the property on there too, like an announcement.
Okay.
And I got one of the surgeons I work with, when he got a new house, they sent one of those out. It was fascinating.
That's weird.
I thought so. different tax bracket, girl. I don't
right.
know.
Okay, well,
I
we're
don't
not
know.
familiar.
We're not familiar with that etiquette. We're not.
No.
We're not to know. But anyway, yeah. And
Us poors just don't understand that.
just be quiet, poors. Just worry about your above ground pools and sliding glass doors.
Yes.
But yeah, she had pecans stuck to it with these pictures of the property, and and they said, Wade's just kind of sitting back, letting her do it. Let her have her moment, let her do her thing.
So the realtors, like I said, were like, she looked average, but like that's what we see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Necessarily mean anything to us.
Yep. Red flag number 2. They've only known each other a few months at this point. That is a red flag for me. So you're talking about buying me this property, buying me all this shit. We've only known each other 3 months.
Yes. As Wade's family, okay, if this was my child, I would be like, hey, what are we doing? Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Like, you don't have to do this. And, even if you, which I don't think Wade was in like a lustful stage with her, but that like early relationship, everything's so amazing and perfect. Nothing will ever be bad. Like, let's not buy multi-million-dollar properties while we're feeling that way.
I'm so confused as to how Wade feels about her. Because his friends are kind of like, he was lukewarm about her. But like he defended her to the end of the earth with this whole like, it's, you know what I mean? So like, which is it?
Yes, because everybody's like, he just wasn't that into her, but he was dying on this hill for her. It was like his pride. I think it was a pride thing for him a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Red flag number 3, Kyla. Connie's car gets repossessed. So they made this big, because she loves an announcement. She made a big social media announcement about how she bought this poor woman a Toyota Corolla, and she's so, if she really loved her, she would have got her a RAV4.
She did make a mistake. Well, Taylor, we can't expect her to buy a RAV4.
But she was like, Connie's like, okay, so then Taylor tells Connie like, oh, you got to bring the car to the shop for XYZ.
Oh my God.
Connie calls to check up on. They're like, ma'am, that car's been repossessed.
There's been no payment on it. That again, huge red flag. I would be so unbelievably uncomfortable with this. I don't think I would accept it. I don't know. That's like buying somebody a puppy without their consent. Buying them a vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was her dream car. They said she was shopping for it, was all the specs she wanted. But like, you barely know this girl.
I know.
It made me think. So Mitchell has a friend, and again, I'm going to keep it vague. He had a girl that he was engaged to briefly.
Okay.
It was a whole thing.
Okay.
She asked me to be a bridesmaid, and we had known each other for like a couple of months.
Okay.
And I was very startled by this, and I was like, I can't accept, I don't think. I don't really know you that well. And I thought of her multiple times during this. I saw some parallels, and I kept thinking of that.
Yeah.
Like the lack of boundaries and like understanding social. I feel like Taylor struggles with that. Yeah, like cues. It's not social norms, but it's like she just latches to people immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just 100%. It was so interesting to me. And it's
an emptiness in her.
Yes.
And my therapist always talks about like you have a bucket inside of you that gets filled up, right? Yeah. And sometimes people have a hole in the bucket and the bottom of the bucket. So everything just comes in and goes through.
Yeah.
And some people have a little hole in the bucket. Some people have a big hole in the bucket. And like therapy helps you to close the hole in the bucket, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like Taylor just has no bottom to that bucket. Like everything is just being poured into her, and it is never enough.
Ever, no matter what. And she has so many things going at once. Like the money, the properties, the animals, the stuff. It's like, yes, you're so right about that. It's just fascinating.
It's so fascinating. So the realtors are trying to verify funds because that's what they need to do, especially if you're putting down a cash offer. And they're getting like letters and calls from bankers at like weird hours where they couldn't return the calls. Then they're given contact information for the Shelly Lynx, who was Taylor's financial rep, and they couldn't reach her. Then she emails them and she's like, this is Shelly Lynx. Stop fucking poking around, okay?
How dare you try to verify these funds for this multi-million-dollar property?
I think this is red flag number 4.
Totally. And did you see the document, like Shelly Lynx's email signature on that memo? It looked like somebody typed it out on Notepad. Like it didn't look
it was not
legit at all.
Wade says he was going to work, and even his boss, who is Roger, we met him earlier, was like, that girl is a gem. You need to marry her because Taylor is
yes.
I'm going to talk about Becca here for a second, our other co-host on this podcast.
Yeah.
Becca said it best. She's like, this girl is a shapeshifter.
Yes.
She doesn't even look like the same person in any 2 shots.
It's fascinating. She doesn't. Like her face, she turns her head and she looks like a completely different person.
Yeah. But it's like, it's physical and it's like, she also just melds to whatever you like. She'll always win over parents and coworkers and bosses because she'll be whatever she needs to be to achieve that goal.
Totally.
It's not genuine ever.
No. And you can only go so far with that, which, and you see this pattern in her life of she like meets somebody, like sinks her claws in and is like on them. And then they get to know her past that certain level. And they're like, whoa. And then she has to move on to a new person.
Yeah, she had 2 marriages already. And I'm divorced. I don't shame anyone for divorce, but she was like in her 20s and she'd already had 2 divorces. Like that, I would be like, what's going on here?
Well, and it sounds like she was with those a similar pattern, like met, married quickly. Like we're just really going to do this.
Yeah. So meanwhile, when they're fighting, Taylor's texting Wade's friends, his mother, Wade's neighbor. Wade's neighbor was interesting because she's like,
funny.
You know what? She is me and I'm her and she is us, because she was probably in that window with the binoculars. And she's like, I was watching them all the time.
Keeping notes. She's like, day 37. The belly looks slightly smaller today.
Well, and she's like, I would see them, and Taylor had like a death grip on him. Like he's my man, but he was always like dissociating.
Like this is my guy. And he's just, Wade. I just feel like I don't get it. I don't know. Wade.
We need more. We need more from Wade, I think. More than we got here.
Yes.
Which he has been on social media and it's not going well.
He's starting to talk a little bit. Yeah. And
Wade. Back away.
Yep.
So now she heads over to Angela's house, who's a chiropractor, and she says, can you talk to my body and find out if it's pregnant because my aura changed? And I'm just going to say red flag number 5.
A little bit, right? Yeah. She looked in the mirror and her aura was different.
And she's like, how do I tell Wade I'm pregnant? Angela's like, girl, you tell no one until you have evidence.
Yes.
So she takes her to like a clinic and Taylor comes out with a piece of paper that says I'm pregnant. Now, why did Angela tell this to Wade?
Correct. And remember, before they go to the clinic, they go to, I don't know if this was on Annie Elise or the documentary, but Angela took her to like a Walgreens and they got a bunch of at-home pregnancy tests. And she took them all and they were all negative, but one was kind of maybe positive. Then they went to the clinic. Angela.
Okay.
That adds to that, right? Like, come on.
This is very similar. Have you listened to Love Trapped yet?
Not yet.
Laura
I haven't
Owens?
had a chance, but
girl.
I'm saving it because I have a bunch of off work time coming up and I'm saving it for some yard work.
There's some parallels here. Let me just say.
Really? Okay.
Mom says Wade was nervous of what was fixing to come to change his life. I just love the way Texans talk sometimes.
Too. I love it. I know. I love it.
She's love bombing all of Wade's friends. I want you to be the baby's godmother. Like just really inappropriate boundary pressing shit. Yeah. And they also say like Wade wasn't super on board here, but I think it's Cody who's like, well, the idea of all this money coming really helped. Now, on Annie Elise's podcast, she did talk about there was she had told Wade she was pregnant before and had lost the baby.
Yes. And she had set up an elaborate way to say that happened. So she said that she was helping her dad do something with, I think it was with cattle or move equipment, and a gate swung and hit her. And it caused her to miscarry.
Oh my God.
But if I remember correctly, all of that was from her fake texting apps. Like all of it was obviously completely fabricated.
How horrific for anybody who's ever really lost a pregnancy. Like, how horrific to make light of that.
There's a lot of things about her and all of this that are horrifying for people who have struggled with infertility, people who have lost children. It's the insensitivity is disgusting. It's disgusting.
So red flag number 6 is Taylor tells Cody and Stephanie she wants them to be in charge of a gender reveal, and it involves a cow. I'm like, this is a red flag. I'm sorry. It just is.
That cow is against its will too. You can tell.
Yeah, you don't put a bow on a cow and march it around to people.
Like, and poor Stephanie's like, fine.
Yeah,
I'll do it. And I like how Cody's like, will you please just do it? She doesn't really have any friends. Like,
and this is interesting because at first they're like, nobody from her family's there, but then we find out her father was there.
Yeah.
And her brother.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. So again, if we're going to play devil's advocate here, we're going to be like, why? Like, in other words, her family seems to know what's going on here.
I need to know. Like, did her dad not know about the hysterectomy?
Like, you know who? So before this whole thing happens, in order to do this, you have to send the person, I guess, the sex of the baby, whatever.
Yeah.
And the paper says 2016 on it. And Stephanie, we need her to be in the Couch Detective group because she is one of us.
Seriously, she is.
She's like, something's off here. This doesn't add up. And she actually calls the lab because here's what Taylor said.
Oh my God, Taylor!
This is all red flag number 6.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, here's what happened. The lab had 200 misprints that day. The sex of the baby is correct, but the date is wrong. So they're going to send a new one. And Stephanie's like, I just knew something was not right. I knew it.
Yeah. And I like how Stephanie said that when she called Taylor out on it, Taylor's like, let me call the doctor. And then it's like, 30 seconds later, calls her right back. Oh, they said this happened. Any of us that have called a doctor's office, and I say this as someone who works there and apologize to the masses for the way this goes. There is no such thing as a 30-second phone call. It doesn't exist. You're looking at least a 10-minute phone call. You're going to be on a hold.
But Stephanie is so clued into this. She actually calls the clinic at some point and asks about it.
And they're like, no.
Well, they're like, follow your gut.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh,
which is brilliant.
Yes. Very good way to not violate HIPAA.
Yep. So Mackenzie Bright now enters the chat.
Yeah.
She is a former friend of Taylor's, and she's like, when I saw those pics online that she was pregnant, I knew it was bullshit because she had a hysterectomy. Dun, dun, dun.
I want to sit and listen to Mackenzie tell us stories for hours.
Oh, she's got a
Mackenzie's got the tea. Mackenzie's got the tea.
Dr. Christopher Mason from Northeast Texas Women's Health says he treated Taylor in 2010 for her first pregnancy when she was 19. After her second child, she wanted her tubes tied. Now, if you know anyone who's had this done, my cousin had this done. My cousin had a bag. They had to give her all these waiver forms. Like they don't just, okay, we'll tie your tubes.
And
like,
some doctors will flat out refuse to do it before a certain age, no matter what.
Yep. She was young, he says. We didn't want to do it, but she already had 2 kids and she was adamant. So she comes back a year and a half later and she had an ectopic pregnancy. So in this moment, they are forced to make the decision to save her life to give her a hysterectomy. Then he says, she has no uterus. She cannot in any way get pregnant.
Yeah. Kind of an important piece to this puzzle, right?
So what's wild is that in this very small town, the staff all know Taylor. And could you imagine, as someone who works in healthcare, the gossip at the nurse's station about this? Because they can't say anything.
No, you can't. And you would be like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? How do we do something about this?
They can't do it unless they cannot break HIPAA laws unless someone's life is at risk or they're hurting someone else.
Yeah.
So we see internet searches throughout the documentary that are all based on court evidence. So we see her looking for fake ultrasound. We go back to Mackenzie Bright. Mackenzie Bright and Abby were friends with Taylor. The 3 of them were like, good friends.
Yeah, they were besties.
And she was always pulling some dramatic shit. She was doing a scamanda. She had cancer. She had MS. She had a stroke. It just went on and on.
Always got something going on. And again, posting about it. Loves a hospital selfie.
Yep.
she was very Scamanda adjacent with all of this. It was deja vu in some ways.
But here's my question. Did anyone look at her former social media, like her social media from years ago? Like, I would have been like, girl, do you still have MS? Do you have cancer? Like, what's going on?
How's all of this going? Yeah, and I doubt she's deleting these pictures. Again, it's like Taylor threw caution to the wind with all this. And I don't know if she's just like, everybody's going to believe me.
It's such arrogance, right?
Yes.
That like nobody's going to check even.
She doesn't seem to care about that at all. That is so fascinating and a common theme throughout all this. She does not care about anybody.
It's narcissism. It's just like...
Because she's always going to come back to, well, it's my mom. Or, she's got that to fall back on.
So Mackenzie gets pregnant and Taylor becomes weirdly obsessed with her pregnancy because she knows no boundaries.
I would not handle this well at all, Amy. No. Having a friend like this, I would be.
I'm a very boundaried person.
Same.
And I just
asking for passwords to my apps and wanting to go to my appointments with me. Absolutely not.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
She asked Mackenzie and Abby to be a surrogate for her and told them they would get $50,000. And they're like, you don't even take care of the kids you have.
Yes.
More on that, please.
100%.
And this is where they decide to cut their friendship off. They're
good for them. I respected that because it's hard to do. It's hard to do that, but to be like, you're too much. This is very scary.
But here's another point of Taylor's narcissism. She doesn't even bother to go to a different clinic than the one that she got the hysterectomy at. Like, she's not even, do you know what I mean?
Yes, it's weird. And again, it's like, does she think these people are idiots and don't remember anything? Or is she, I wondered partially if she knows the HIPAA laws and knows they can't say anything.
I don't know.
I don't know if she's got that much forethought about stuff. I don't know. That's the hard part with her.
Yeah, I agree. Like, these people all know. They all know what happened.
It's such an odd dynamic. And I don't know. I love, though, how the doctor and the office manager are like, we were freaking out. They openly admit that.
So, okay. And you would think in a small town that somebody at this clinic would know her.
Yeah.
Why would you not go over the Oklahoma border and go to a clinic there? Like, this is so confusing to me.
Yes. She doesn't even go to another, or like a city a little bit away. It's fascinating. It's just the arrogance. Like you said, her arrogance knows no bounds.
Yep.
Like something crazy.
She getting caught wasn't even like, okay. Again, like, I wonder, we need a lot more on her parents.
I know.
Because I wonder if there's a Mackenzie Shirilla crossover here, a Venn diagram where these two
there so is.
meet.
I have so much to tell you about this after. Yeah, right, there's some of this in there, and that's the exact parallel. So good job.
Yeah. So Stephanie knows something's up. She tells Connie, the two of them are figuring this out. They bring Angela into it. She's suspicious
and good
too.
Job, Stephanie. Start raising some alarms about this. Start talking about it.
Cody's like, Stephanie was driving me crazy. She'd be up all night scrolling through Taylor's social media. There you go. That's what you need to do.
That's what you need to do. She's putting the puzzle pieces together because the pictures, like we talked about, and he was like, what the fuck do you care about this so much?
Exactly.
So
exactly. So then Stephanie goes, I started to think, like, am I crazy? And I totally relate to that.
Yeah, you start gaslighting yourself a little bit. Like, what is wrong with me? Yeah.
But this is where Connie says, like, well, her father and her kid. Oh, I think it was her kids who were at the gender reveal. Not her
it was her kids and her dad. Yeah.
Okay. And so, like, they wouldn't know.
You're like trying to talk yourself out of it a little bit because you're like, well, because faking a pregnancy to this level, because we're crossing over into like, it's getting weird. I mean, it's weird to begin with, but we're committing to a gender reveal party and we're getting a bigger belly. And
this is where
you're talking yourself out of this and be like, nobody's going to do this. Right.
And think about it. Think about this. If I said to you that I'm pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And then Amanda called you and said, Amy had a hysterectomy when she was 19. Like, there's no way she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Then I invite you to my gender reveal and my family's there.
You
would think, well, they would know if she had a hysterectomy.
Yeah.
So,
I'd be like, I don't know.
if they're there, then maybe Amanda's the wrong. You know what I mean? Like
totally. Because you're not going to think there's no way her dad's in on this. You'd start putting things like that together.
And they're getting this information from this high school friend, Mackenzie.
Yes.
So maybe at this point, they're kind of like, okay, well, she might be unreliable. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And that would be something that Taylor could be like, oh, no, she just is mad at me because, we used to be friends and we had a falling out. You could kind of find a way to get that out of the way a little bit, I feel like.
So now we need to bring Mom in because the heat's a little hot here and Taylor's getting wind. I think that people are suspicious. So we start getting
free card.
This is so common. How many things have we covered where we see this? The murderer is sending texts and emails to themselves and their loved ones.
All the time. Constant.
From random numbers. Taylor's getting them too. These emails are like, Wade, you're a piece of shit. Please push Taylor down the stairs. Like just crazy things.
It's wild. Texting his mom, all these people, Angela and Roger, like everybody's getting in the mix.
Connie calls Wade. And he's like, oh, well, because Connie starts getting them. Yeah. And Wade's like, we found out her mother's behind this. And now Mom is supposedly back in the picture, working actively and cutting her out of the inheritance. So now Taylor has to tell everyone that she has to pull out this deal. Red flag number 7.
I love how the real estate agent is kind of like, well, that would have been nice to have that commission, but like, shoo. Done with that because that Taylor was a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah.
She was. And
she was a nightmare.
She was a nightmare because she's one we see she's kind of like, you back her into a corner, she starts just freaking out a little bit and like getting loud. And I think that's part of probably why people don't ruffle her feathers. I would imagine there's some of that managing emotions there, but
another friend of Taylor's, Deborah. Now she's friends from Taylor when she was younger. She says, I knew her when we were young and she was always cruising guys online and asking her friends for nudes to send to guys because she was overweight. So here's where we learned like she had the gastric sleeve, right? Yes. And that really helped her confidence. And so there's some of that at play too. Her former coworkers
openly catfishing people. That was crazy, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I did skim over that a little too quickly. Thank you for really, directing me back to that. Yeah.
She's like telling her friends she wants these pictures to catfish guys.
Yeah. And can I have nudes of you to send to this guy?
It's no big deal, right? And they're like, what are you doing? And she's like, it's fine. It's fine.
But again, Kyla, what is the plan here? If the guy meets you, he's going to know that's not you.
Like Deborah says, she's like, what are you going to do? What are you doing, Taylor? And she's just like, it's fine. No worries. Give me some nudes. Like, what?
One of the saddest parts of this is one of her former coworkers says she really loved Taylor because Taylor helped her through the death of her baby.
This was awful.
By telling her that she herself had lost a baby. That turned out to not be true. Wow.
To do that is another level of depravity we're seeing here, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of them, but to do that to someone and anyone who's experienced child loss it's so fucking
that's
sick,
like
Amy,
a trauma vampire. Like, I'm going to take your trauma and make it mine. It's gross.
Yes. And this and that woman thought they were friends. You could tell the hurt, the betrayal. I felt for her so much.
Agreed. Agreed. So then she gets fired for not doing her job and also using her boss's title on her emails. Because again, right? Never thought she'd get caught.
Consequences don't exist in Taylor land.
So now we're going to get to the Reagan of it all. At this time, she starts a side photography business, PM Photography, which I don't know what that means.
I know. I was trying to think of
maybe her kids' names, P&M. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mostly weddings, engagement announcements. I'm just going to say, and I will fully admit I'm a photography and art snob because I come from a family of artists. These pictures are terrible.
Yeah, they're not great.
They're not lit well. The lighting's not right.
Do you remember there was this time, I feel like in the 2010s, where a lot of people really tried out photography when we first started getting like photo editing software on our phones? I knew a couple.
I know a couple too, and I know some who are excellent.
Same, yes.
And I know some who I'm like, you need to take a class in photography and learn how to light it.
The lighting is key. That's really what's
my sister's a photographer.
Oh.
So in September 2019, she's hired by Reagan Hancock. Well, here's a good example. Taylor's maternity pics, although very questionable in content, are very well lit and they're very nice.
Yes, you can tell those were very professional, very expensive pictures. Yeah.
So Reagan hires Taylor mostly because, she and Homer don't have a ton of money.
Yeah, they're on a budget.
They're on a budget. They hire her and the pictures are good enough. You know what I mean?
You know what?
They're good
enough.
Enough.
And you can tweak them and do things.
Yep.
It's fine.
Jessica is Reagan's mom and Emily is her sister. And they're like, it was a little weird that Taylor got real involved in the wedding. She was even in a lot of the pictures.
The selfies, the secondhand embarrassment, Amye. Again, she did it. She just clung to them. And like Emily said, she's trying to act like she's been one of the girls, like they're lifelong besties.
She gloms on to everybody.
She is. She's a stage 5 clinger.
She really is. Jessica says Reagan was the kind of person who took people in who needed, like Reagan sounds like the kindest soul.
She sounds lovely. And when I was looking at her mom's Facebook page last night, and I feel bad, I sound like a creep and a voyeur. So
no.
But she had posted these videos of Reagan from years ago, and she seems like she was goofy and she was funny. Like she had a really funny sense of humor. Like,
my heart is just so broken for them.
Yes, and trying to be nice because she had picked up on the fact that Taylor didn't really have friends.
Yeah. June 2020, she is due in September. Now, I also need to talk about this because she chose a September Libra due date for her child.
How did you feel about that?
September 22nd. I'm appalled by all of this.
I know. It was right by your birthday. Right there.
I don't like that. She's Googling order cheap silicone belly.
I went to that website.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Are you getting one and you're going to pretend you're pregnant?
Yeah, I'm going to start posting. Don't tell me.
Okay. March that cow around the corner. Let's see what you're having.
I want a sloth, as we've discussed. I want you to find me a sloth. I'm going to get you an Aunt Bay shirt. But they were shockingly cheap. How much do you think the belly was on this website? I was like, okay, this was not as much as I thought.
Maybe $100.
$10 for the basic one. They start there and they go up to like $20. So they couldn't have been that good of quality.
How was it kicking though, Kyla?
I need to know.
Do they have ones that kick? I bet you.
I bet they do. I couldn't find them on the Fake-A-Baby website. But they had the sonogram was only $6. And they very heavily advertise this as a prank website. Heavily. The word prank is on there 900 times.
I'm going to say something real dark.
Say it.
When I was in the throes of my infertility journey, I was in a community of people who were also in the depths of infertility.
Yeah.
And I know people who used to wear these just to feel something that they thought they might never feel.
Yeah. That's
so it breaks my heart when I think about her using this as a tool of manipulation.
Yes. And how it's advertised on the website is a prank. That's sick. That's not a prank. And I think we all know the fake ultrasounds, those fake pregnancy announcements. That's not a prank. You don't do that. And it's gross that that's how the website's marketing it. And they get prank suggestions. It was gross. I can't believe it still exists. I actually kind of had a feeling it would be taken down since the documentary came out, but it's going.
So this is during COVID and there are a lot of doctor office restrictions. I mean, I know people who had babies during COVID and like they were by themselves.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Taylor, COVID honestly helped her out so much in this. She couldn't have done a lot of this without COVID, I don't think.
So she's walking around, she's letting people feel this baby kicking. And Cody's like, Roger and Angela were like, you better step up, dude. And Stephanie, meanwhile, saying to Cody, look, she's skinny here. Then the belly appears.
Yeah. Like every day's a little different. And come on, Wade.
Wade says, now this is Cody telling us this story. He goes, Wade told me that Taylor never wanted him to see her belly, never wanted to see her naked. He couldn't touch her. No sex in 4 to 5 months. And I just wrote red flag number 8.
Yes.
And Cody goes, I said, what, dude?
Yeah. Cody was appalled by the no sex in 4 months. He's not down for that. But it's weird that she wouldn't let you touch her, do any of it. And like was she having Wade feel the baby kick? Like, are you
I
just
don't know about you guys, but like when I was pregnant, Timmy would very often feel my belly,
totally
rub it, put his little ear there to hear the babies moving around. Like my belly with twins was a flurry of activity at all times.
Yeah. And
So
Mitchell, you'll love this. He used to make whale sounds to my belly. All Free Willy. Remember how that like
yes
noise he would do that.
So like if Wade was suspicious, couldn't he have been like, can I feel the baby? And then even if she directs your hands on the outside, just pull up her shirt and say, I just want to pull your shirt up to get a better feel.
Yes. And I've seen so many people saying online, like, while she was sleeping, wouldn't you be curious and just like lift up her shirt or something?
Yeah.
You know, and just peek, feel something.
Yeah.
I can't decide if it was just so much of him not wanting to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
agree. So she gets maternity pictures done. And like I said, they're well done.
Yeah.
They're technically well done, but they're a little strange. At one point, they're branding a cow together with pink smoke.
The pink smoke from the Watusi.
I'm like, why does the fucking cow have to suffer?
I know. That's why. Yeah, I have lots of feelings about that.
I wrote, this is a red flag to me personally, not to Wade, I'm sure. So Mackenzie Bright finally gets connected with Stephanie, and she's like, this is not real.
Yeah, Mackenzie's like, please, somebody.
So as the heat is being turned up here, who does Taylor turn to? Reagan. For comfort.
It's so fucking
Reagan
gross.
feels so bad that she's being harassed by people, that she befriends her.
Yeah.
Reagan's mom tells us that Reagan got pregnant when she was 17, and Jessica, Marcus, her parents, they weren't happy, but she ended up being like a really great mom. Yeah. She had her daughter, and a few years later she met Homer.
Oh, Homer.
And they got married and they got pregnant, and her family was really, really happy for her.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, back on, I don't know, the pig farm, whatever's happening.
The farm,
here.
Yeah.
Is it a pig farm? I think it is a pig farm, right?
Yeah, he traps feral hogs. Yeah.
And
then he
sells them
sells
for quite a
them.
bit of money. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Connie says at this point, we're all like, what is she going to do? And we're all just kind of watching. This is where you take action.
Yes. You know, the timeline is running out. Like, what are we going to do? Let's start talking about it more. Let's start really getting more aggressive with Wade. And I know some of them really do start pushing back on him. Yeah. Like, come on, buddy, open your eyes. But
I would have had like an intervention. I would have put a circle around her and said, pull that shirt up.
Let's do this. Show it. Like, I want you to take a pregnancy test right now.
Could I go to jail for that?
I think maybe. That's probably some type of battery or assault. Okay. I feel like you can't, if you lift her shirt, probably. Yeah.
She's going to have to fake a miscarriage at this point, is what they're thinking.
Yeah.
So Connie, like, she starts fighting with Taylor, and Taylor's turning Wade against the family. Like, it's getting bad.
It's so bad. And, you know, and Connie was putting this off for so long because she didn't want to upset Wade, but I get it. It's reaching the point of no return. And
you got to do it.
Everything is blowing up.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Stephanie confronts Taylor. She blames her mother. We see the text messages, and Taylor's like, Mom paid a lot of people to fake and lie about stuff. We can't trust anyone. And Stephanie goes, so your mom tried to fake you were pregnant, but really you was pregnant? And Taylor goes, bingo.
Oh my God.
I wrote red flag number 9. This makes no sense.
Yes. This is like a movie plot. Super villain stuff.
Stephanie finally gets Taylor's mother's phone number, and she says, I have been waiting for this call. Girl, why didn't you make the call?
Yeah, let's talk about that mother, Taylor, because seriously, maybe you need to call Connie. Maybe you need to get involved in this.
So then she says, well, I didn't tell anybody about this because Taylor will take my granddaughter from me. That's
tough.
A tough spot to be.
That is a tough spot.
Stephanie calls Wade. Wade is like, her mom's crazy. What are you talking about? And they get into it. And Cody goes, this is a fucking scandal. Yeah. And then Wade refused to listen. He and Cody stopped speaking over this.
It's getting tense. Yeah, because everybody's worried about Wade. They're worried about his well-being because it's getting scary.
Agreed. So now as the clock ticks down closer to the due date, she's Googling how to adopt an infant. What?
Oh my gosh, did
What
you
do
see
you
the
think
one? It
this
was
is like?
get a baby off of Craigslist. Did you see that one?
Yeah. Do you think this is like Amazon Prime? You're going to order up an infant and it's going to be next day delivery?
Her delusion, right? Like she's private infant
Jesus.
adoption. With what money, Taylor? Do you
Oh,
think
that's a
someone
good
is
point.
just going to give you a baby? Like,
Hmm.
it's crazy. And it's like she's just now doing that.
The
You're waiting until
clinic,
you're 9 months pregnant.
the clinic goes on high alert and the hospital goes on
This
high
was
alert because
good.
they think she's going to steal a baby.
Good for this doctor for doing that. Good
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. She's supposedly 10 months pregnant now. The neighbor taking
The
pictures of
neighbor.
them in the yard. She has no belly.
No belly. Yeah, they're like doing a little yard work, and you
Mhm.
can tell her shirt, the wind is blowing against it. There's no pregnancy belly. And
Mhm.
10 months pregnant. And I love how
Mhm.
Connie's like, that doesn't happen.
Mhm. 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 They're supposed to go to Mount Pleasant for an induction and Wade's house catches on fire.
Amy, like Wade.
I know.
Wade.
I know. I know.
These things keep happening, and he's like, huh,
Then there's a bomb threat called into the hospital.
that's weird.
Seems
But it was
like
on Facebook, so it's legit.
Seems like somebody doesn't want to go to the hospital. I'm just saying.
I like how she's like, when I know you're probably fixing to get up, but there was a bomb threat at the hospital. We can't go.
This is when you're Connie. This is where you go down to that fucking house and
Honestly.
you bang on that door and you're like, "Let me in. I want to see
having
this
a
baby
conversation.
right now."
Yep, we're doing this. We're doing this right now because
Yep.
come on, Wade. She's
Yeah.
10 months pregnant. Your house catches on fire. There's a bomb threat. Wade.
Yeah. So we see her looking up Reagan's Facebook profile. Like we see this from the searches.
Yeah.
And then she's Googling a video of a C-section. Because, you don't need a medical degree, 8
No.
years of medical school to perform a C-section, Kyla. You just need Dr. YouTube.
You just wing it. You don't need to know anatomy and where major blood vessels, nerves, musculature are. It's fine, Amy. Taylor's got it. She's fine.
On October 7th, 2020, Reagan and Taylor have a girls' day. They hang out. On the 8th, Taylor was over to visit. Reagan felt bad for her, trying to be there for her. Now that takes us to October 9th. I'm deciding on the go here how much detail I want to get into because this is rough.
It gets very, very violent. Yeah.
But I think Reagan deserves her story told.
I agree.
Wade and Taylor have a load of hogs to deliver, and then they were going to go to the hospital. So this was the plan. They wake up and she's like, Taylor's like, I don't feel well. Why don't you go deliver the hogs? I'll meet you at the hospital later. Yeah. And he's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like, that wasn't our plan, but whatever.
He gets there and the dude's like, I didn't order hogs from you.
4 hours later, he gets there. She sends him on this trek.
So meanwhile, Reagan is missing. Homer calls Jessica and says, I'm getting these weird texts from Reagan. They don't feel like they're written in her voice. And now I can't get a hold of her. And she's not at work. And Jessica and Marcus head there independently because they were in separate locations. Jessica gets there. And it's a horror scene.
And she walks in on it. It's horrible. You guys, I know a lot of you listen to Annie Elise's coverage. And she goes into a lot of detail on this, and I was heartbreaking.
So mad. I was so mad. I was in a blind rage.
They were just happy. They were a happy family, minding their own business, and she was trying to be a nice person and be a friend to somebody that had no friends, and this fucking happened to her and her poor mother. That 911 call, it just rocked me to my core. And you, as a mother, in that position and just the pain in her voice and the raw emotion, it was
almost too much.
It was too much. And having to see it, and
this was, I'm just going to say this was a brutal death. This was brutal.
Horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah.
So now we come back to the beginning and, and by the way, Reagan's 3-year-old daughter was in the house.
Yes. The little girl was there for this.
Yeah. So now we come back to the beginning. We see this idiot on the side of the road crying. Yeah. She calls Wade, tells him to get to the hospital. At the hospital, they're like, girl, this is not your baby. She keeps saying, what are y'all talking about? Fuck off. I hate her. So now news breaks of what's going on. The family is just stunned.
Yeah.
They get Wade down to the station. The police do. We see this in the documentary.
This was
They're
really
like,
interesting.
Taylor's in jail. He says nothing.
He's just looking.
She killed a woman and cut a baby out of her. And
Dude,
Wade goes, what?
She what?
Well, I wrote, Wade is like, what? But not what enough, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like, if
he kind of takes his hat off a little bit.
I would be like, what?
Can you imagine hearing that about, like, Timmy?
No.
You get to the hospital and they're like, hey, by the way, he did all this. And you're just like, huh.
No. Mm-mm.
Like, Wade.
Nope.
What? Is he just like, does he have the blood pressure of like 0? I mean, he's just, I don't get it.
So he goes, well, my family was right. They were saying she wasn't pregnant and I was taken up for Taylor. My dude, this is not like oh, shucks, I was wrong. A mother and a child are dead.
Lives
a family's life is ruined
right now. And you're just like, oh, doggone it. She got me.
So in current day, in the documentary, Wade is getting emotional. And he says, the betrayal was a lot. I didn't want this to happen.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They search the house. We see that a little bit. Taylor says in an interview that Wade was never excited about the baby.
Well, yeah, it's not her fault, Amy. No, nothing's her fault.
Then we get into the whole Candy Montgomery of it. She attacked me. I went over there and she attacked me. I had to protect myself. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear from you.
Oh my God. In her convoluted story. Yeah, absolutely.
This family has to bury their daughter and their granddaughter at the same time.
Yes.
We see Homer breaking down at the casket.
That was just, again, almost too much. You could just feel his pain. Like it was brutal. It was so horrible.
September 2022, her trial begins. Everything comes out of trial. All of her aliases, all of her lies. She has multiple phones. It was like this huge, complicated web she had going.
I feel like she probably never slept. You know what I mean? She couldn't have slept much because it sounds like she would just stay up all night doing this stuff.
Her mother, Shauna Pryor, testified for an hour. She ends up getting sentenced to death. And Texas doesn't fuck around because this judge is like, take her to death row. Bye, bitch.
Oh, yeah. That judge was done with her and her bullshit. Like, it was crazy.
Connie says, people were so mad at Wade.
I mean, Connie.
He couldn't even walk down the road. Cody does say that he and Wade made up, Okay. Jessica talks about how half of her died that day.
Oh,
I get that.
We
end with a really nice montage of pics of Reagan. And they do give her family kind of the last word. And I'm really grateful for that because I'm afraid with this documentary, very much like the Mackenzie Shirella documentary, people are going to be talking about Taylor Parker and not Reagan.
I know. I agree completely. Yeah.
So Taylor's appealing her case, but her conviction so far has been upheld. She is the youngest woman on death row in Texas. What a journey.
What a journey. What a horrible story for so many reasons.
I'm almost speechless.
I know.
And I'm never speechless.
I know. There's so many layers of just sadness to this, let alone the violence, the lies, the manipulation. There's so many different cases that come to mind when you talk about this.
If I was Jessica and Marcus, Reagan's parents, I would be so angry when I think about all the people that could have stopped this.
I agree.
Because if they had uncovered that she really wasn't pregnant, like in month 5, she would not have had to produce a baby.
Yes, exactly. And again, if this would have been done with another man that was going to push back more, I don't think it would have gotten to this point. And I don't think Wade was in on it by any means. I've seen a slight bit of that speculation online. I don't buy that for a second. I don't think he knew what was going on. I think he just
Wade was not in on it.
He was not in on it, but I think he absolutely chose a little bit of willful ignorance.
Yes, he did. And I
didn't want to deal with it.
I think the promise of the money had something to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, his best friend said that. And like,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to deny. And I mean, sure, that's probably hard to say out loud for Wade,
Mm-hmm.
but I
I
don't know,
will
man.
say I did a little digging. I know you did some more.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to know is if her family actually knew about the hysterectomy, because if she was over 18 and she got that done, there was a chance they didn't know.
They did. Her mom was
But they
there.
did know. Her mother was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Mhm,
They did
mhm.
know. Mhm.
So in August 2015, this is from People magazine, Parker underwent a hysterectomy as a result of an ectopic pregnancy, an ovarian cyst, and scarring from endometriosis. Pryor testified, that's the mother,
Mhm.
that she was present for the surgery and gave consent along
Mhm.
with Parker's then husband, Tommy Wakasey,
Yeah, well, Casey.
for the doctors to perform the procedure while Parker was under anesthesia. Shauna Pryor testified that her daughter didn't look like she was expecting when she saw her in 2020, but she found out through social media that Parker was pretending to be pregnant. Pryor said that she never directly spoke to her daughter about the lie, but she had a conversation with Griffin's mother, Connie, during which she confirmed Connie's suspicions that Parker couldn't be pregnant. When asked why she never talked with Parker about the fake pregnancy, Pryor said she figured other people would handle it.
Oh my God, Shauna.
Mhm.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Taylor's father, Morton, attended Parker and Griffin's March 2020 gender reveal party, even though he knew she was unable to become pregnant.
So he
Although
knew.
Although Parker's parents never confronted her about the fake pregnancy, Zachary, her younger brother, testified that he did question Taylor about the lies that she was telling Wade and his family about their inheritance. He said, I was tired of the lies. If she wants to lie, feel free. But the minute you bring me into a lie, it becomes my problem. Okay.
Good for you, Zachary.
When Zachary called Wade and told him the truth, he claimed Wade told him he wouldn't believe anything he said, blocked his number and his Facebook account.
Because I'm sure she would say, well, that was my mom. You know, that was my mom posing as my brother, or she hired someone to say she was my brother. Da 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 da.
Yep, exactly.
Well,
I also wanted to know where her kids are now. So Parker's family members have kept a private life since, she murdered Simmons-Hancock.
Yeah.
Several of them testified during the trial. Pryor, that's her mother, gained custody of Parker's daughter, with whom she sought counseling. And
Good.
the other child has been with his father for years.
Yeah.
And I don't know, she's just trying to get this kid, I guess, through it. And we learned that Wade lost his job. And he says this pretty much ruined my whole reputation, slandered my name, my brothers, my mom. Worst thing I've ever had to live through for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then days after Parker's conviction, Homer Hancock, the widow of Reagan, filed a negligence and wrongful death suit against Parker and Griffin. The civil suit alleged Griffin was negligent. Wait, hear this. Mm-hmm. For allowing Parker to use a vehicle registered to himself during the time of Reagan's murder. The document states Griffin knew, or through the exercise of reasonable care should have known, that defendant Parker was a reckless and incompetent driver prior to permitting her to operate his vehicle. And I don't know where the case stands today.
It's currently unresolved. It's still not settled. Yeah. Okay. Isn't that wild?
Yep.
I thought that was super interesting that Homer did that.
Yeah. So what do you got, girl?
Well, I found out some stuff about her childhood, which I thought was interesting.
Okay.
So her mom said that up until Taylor was in 3rd grade, she was a pretty, quote, normal, typical child. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, she didn't gel with her 3rd grade teacher. And Taylor told her mom that she felt like her teacher didn't give her, quote, feedback, and she didn't know how to read her. And it really bothered her. And she started developing all these avoidant, anxious behaviors and didn't want to go to school. And it always started feigning illnesses and lying a lot. And her mom says that's when all that started. And then when she started 4th grade and she had a teacher she liked, it was better.
Oh,
so isn't that odd? Okay.
I mean, I used to fake sick all the time in 1st and 2nd grade to come home to be at my mom and watch my soaps. But
but I think
I didn't carry that behavior into adulthood.
Yeah. And, they talk to people. Even as a child, adolescent, teenager, she would lie about money. She lied as a child about being an heir to the Morton Salt empire. as a kid or a teenager.
Okay.
And she was constantly lying about the same things over and over. It would be like having money, being pregnant, and having illnesses. And she was
Okay.
real big on this illness thing, all of that. And her parents had kind of a messy divorce, and they said that contributed to things. It was just her and her brother. And he seems like he's kind of pretty healthy individual, you know what I mean?
Okay, the brother.
Yeah, he seems to be
Zachary,
really,
I think his name is.
Zachary.
Yeah.
Had some tidbits about the real estate thing.
Oh.
When Taylor signed the offer for Pecan Point, she signed her name Taylor Parker Griffin, which was not her legal name.
Right.
And it's like, did she do this on purpose? I feel like she probably did as a way to buy time to make it a non-legal binding document. And allegedly she was interested in some other properties at the same time. She was talking to Russell about some other pretty fancy ranch type properties at the time. And he was like, well, let's figure this out
What is
first.
the plan here?
Yes.
She doesn't think beyond the dopamine hit of being the one to be in the center of attention, making the announcement. She doesn't think past that.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? You're just like, I'm going to buy this and that. I'm this tycoon.
Yeah.
Well, and then Rusty, when he started getting suspicious of her, he hired a landman from Tyler, Texas.
Landman like Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew you were going to love that. And he was like, yeah, girl, these are fake documents. And
okay.
So, and then Taylor, one of the fake documents she gave Rusty, I don't think this was on the documentary. It was paperwork from Shell Western Global, and it was to legitimize these alleged wire transfers from the oil companies.
Okay.
The sum of, ready for this? $375 million.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like you do. You don't
Make
get that
a reasonable number if you're going to lie about a fortune.
That's what it's like, girl. Yeah. And interesting tidbits from early Taylor-Wade relationship. One of the ways that Taylor got Wade to let her move in with him pretty early into the relationship was she told him that her mom had hired a hit man to take her out.
Of course.
Was like taking a hit
she needed protection.
Well, yeah, she needed to be protected. And so that's why he let her and her daughter kind of move in so fast. Okay. And then she really early on in the relationship started in with the phone hacking claims. And she started laying that groundwork pretty early.
Okay.
And then she told him that her mom was involved, allegedly, with the Mexican mafia. And there was this big shootout with the FBI, but it was kept under wraps, so you didn't see about it on the media.
Oh, okay. Okay, I fully understand.
The hog scam of it all, the day that she, sent him off to sell the feral hogs that fake business deal. The hit Wade took on that, he was going to sell those for $6,500. And did you see any of this on how this was such a nightmare for him to navigate because of livestock sales?
Yeah, and he took them over a state line or something.
Yeah,
like
because
that?
there's permits that need to be in place and all of that. He ended up having to sell them for $2,500. So he lost like $4,000 on that. And the guy was really pissed because he didn't want them because they didn't have the right paperwork. And he was like pissed and was kind of trying to kick Wade off of his property. But the ranch hand was feeling bad for Wade, I think, a little bit, and kind of was like, can you just maybe do this for him?
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was kind of crazy. And then some of the tidbits from information that came out in the trial that were not in the documentary. These are kind of all over the place. Taylor is kind of acting a fool in prison. This is where we get into the Mackenzie Shirilla of it all.
Yeah.
So very interesting. Her and her mom, they talk on the phone and they have a relationship.
She's very close to her mom.
It's fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating. And did you see about this commissary scam she and her mom were doing together?
No. Jesus.
Oh my God. So somehow Taylor got herself into some debt at the jail. And it was $22,000, which is crazy.
Okay.
And I guess if you have money in your commissary books, if you owe the jail, they automatically pull that out. They garnish it.
Okay.
So Taylor and her mom cooked up this scheme to have her mom put money in other inmates' accounts and they get a little cut of it, but then they give the money to Taylor.
Oh my
But
God.
they were talking about it on the phone and in emails and via like actual written mail.
Again, not thinking beyond the high of the committing the crime.
Yes. And Taylor has continued to fake illnesses in jail. It's a constant problem. She's always, crying wolf. They said they've actually had to change jail policies because of her, because she's
Oh my God.
always making up things or exaggerating illnesses. She's really rude and nasty to the staff.
Jesus.
She's just kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Overall, honestly.
And
did you see any of the information about her trying to frame miscellaneous people for this?
yes. And I saw that she's trying to like write letters to a bunch of different inmates who've been released and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, she's real big on the jail pen pal system. They said she was allegedly on those like find a sugar daddy websites for prison. She's trying to do all these things. She's tried to frame a couple different people, but it's these crazy ways of like making up these false confessions in certain ways. There's hints of Chris Watts to this, where she's had multiple confessions. She's given different versions to different people.
Yeah. She claims like that as Reagan was dying for some reason, she was saying, "Take my baby."
Yeah, she says
and the cops were like, "Girl."
Yeah, she's like, "I want you to save my baby." Like she painted herself as this hero. And and one thing that she has said consistently in her other versions, and I want to hear your opinion on this. She has said that she went to Reagan's house, and Reagan was supposed to call Wade for her to make up a reason that Taylor had lost the baby. But Reagan didn't want to do it anymore, and they got into a fight. And then Reagan was calling her like a liar and everything.
I don't believe anything she says.
No, I don't either. But she keeps using that.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Interesting. And
yeah,
and she's, it's just crazy. She's just exactly who you think she is. There's so much more to that. But I know everybody watched Annie Lisa's stuff, and
I
really do. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's just fascinating, and her manipulation continues. I don't know. And her parents having her back fascinates me, especially being her mom.
I need I need to see interviews with these parents. I need to figure out what's going on here, because to me, this is somebody who's never faced a single consequence. Very similar to Mackenzie Shrilla.
Totally. And same vibe as like, people just don't want to deal with her. They don't want to she's a nightmare. So just whatever, let her think it, let her do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, you did. There was one other thing I was going to say. You had questions about her children.
Yes.
When she was divorcing her son's father, who allegedly Taylor was a pretty habitual cheater and would cheat on him a lot. That's why they got divorced.
Okay.
When they were going through the proceedings, she didn't really fight for custody. It all signed over her rights, and she never paid any child support ever. And it was an ongoing thing.
But she's a millionaire. She's the heir to the Morton Salt throne.
Well, her mom won't let the money go.
That's right.
Yeah, it's obviously her mom's fault, Amy.
Yeah. Wow, this has been a journey.
It really has been. I've been so fixated on this case.
I know.
Dying to talk about it.
Same. Like, I was so upset that I could not talk about this the day it came out.
I know. What are the odds? It was while you were on your vacay.
All right, guys. If you like what you hear and you want to hear Kyla and I dissecting Making a Murderer, we've also done the disappearance of Maura Murray. We've done a few things over there on Patreon.
Yeah.
You can sign up for Murder Club at our $8 tier. You get all of these episodes ad-free. Plus, you get 2 extra episodes a week. So right now we did The Staircase. We did the Murdoch murders.
Yeah.
We are doing Tiger King, Becca and I. And then you and I are doing Making a Murderer, which is infuriating.
Yeah, we're in season 2 now, and we're in different territory.
Kathleen Zellner has entered the chat.
Oh, she's intense.
We also do a lot of deep dives over there and stuff. So if you like that kind of thing, you can head over there and listen to us. And that's it. If you like reality TV, I'm also over on Little Miss Recap.
The pop culture reality TV fun.
Yeah. Kyla, thank you so much for your service as always.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. My pleasure.
You are number 1 Rav for detective.
I wear that badge with honor. I wear it.
You should. We've decided Amanda's next car is going to be Rav 4 so she can join.
Get one.
And then I decided Becca and I need to be in the same car because we're the Libra detectives.
That's perfect.
So you'll
That
have the
could
2 Libras in my RAV4.
That's perfect. And then here we come. Watch out.
Yes. 3 RAV4s coming up the highway. We're ready to solve it.
And we're going to be like on you. We have Becca and Amanda. They're going high. We're going low. Watch out.
Yeah, they're
Murray.
much taller than us.
Yes.
We're just going to hit you in the kneecaps.
We're going to sweep the knees.
Sweep the leg. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening and going on this journey. And we appreciate you. And Kyla, I'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye.